Cube, 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 vintage cube. All right, you know the deal. It is time for another draft with me, Numot the Nummy, Kenji. And this is another vintage cube, so more busted things, or at least potentially busted things. We do have a Yawgmoth's will here, if we want to get baited into going Storm right off the bat. And, well, I am a big fan of Storm, but I think maybe I ignore that this time and do something a little bit different. I think I feel like doing a little Control. Let's first pick this counter spell and see if we can maybe go into a nice Control deck from here. Really not too much to say out of this pack, though. I think Counterspell and Will are the two best cards. Yeah, so let's go with this and see what happens. All right, follow that up with quite a few good picks here. If we want to follow the blue path, we have like Remand, Shelldock Isle. There's also some nice artifacts, Simic Signet, Worn Power Stone. Then there's a land like Wooded Foothills, which would be fine. I think Shelldock Isle is a very, very good choice in this format, but I'm just going to keep taking the counters here and see if we can build that control deck that I'm wanting to do. Let's follow up the counter spell with the Remand. Ooh, and now we have some nice choices from here. We have like a Monastery Mentor, great in a blue-white control shell. We could just take the Spell Seeker, already tutors for both of my counters, and can potentially get something like, you know, Balance or Channel or something like that later on. We have a Top, we have a Hymn. I do like Mentor quite a bit, but again, I'm just going to keep going blue for now and try to cut it off hard. If we cut off the blue as hard as we can right now, we might get rewarded in the next few packs, you know, getting past all of the cards like Cryptic Command and maybe Mana Drain. So let's take the Spell Seeker, see what we can follow. That with Trinket Mage is fine. Kind of like taking the Chalice a little bit more than the Trinket Mage, though. I mean, I guess I could potentially wheel the Top and then the Trinket Mage would be worth it, but I think overall the Chalice is maybe slightly better. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to follow my plan again of just cutting off the blue cards, take the Trinket Mage here, and if we're really lucky, wheel the Chalice or wheel the Sensei's Divining Top. Okay, no blue card I want here. Tezzeret's fine, but not looking like what we're going to do. I think I'm just going to take the Swords to Plowshares. Can't really beat this rate on a card. 1 white, exile a creature, and all they do is gain some life, so not a big deal. Another card we can go tutor for was Spellseeker as well. Otherwise, I'm looking at like the Bloodstained Mire, but Swords looks perfect. Okay, similarly, not too much else here that I want. I guess we'll go ahead and just take the Karn. Colorless fits into any deck. Could very easily still build some like artifact theme, especially if we wheel the Tezzeret. Seems like a fine choice. Okay, another good pack here for us. I don't mind Control Magic. It's not my favorite effect, though. I mean, I'd much rather have like Treachery or even Sower of Temptation. But it is a fine card if we want to take that. If we took land tax, we'd really want like the Top to wheel. Really good, but I think we'll just take the Control Magic again. Cut off the blue cards. It's fine enough. And see where we go from there. Ooh, maybe a Mindslaver. Okay. We could do some like mono blue or effectively mono blue artifact theme, and Mindslaver is really, really good in, well, just Vintage Cube in general. This is our original pack. Doesn't have too much in it. We could take the Blast Zone, or we could take like a potential Wildfire. Both cards are kind of filler. I think Wildfire has probably higher upside, but I'm not expecting to run either of those cards. Okay, we can take the Sphinx's Rev here. Again, I don't know if I'm planning on playing it, but we might if we end up in blue-white, of course. Leave that there for now. Not a bad first pack. There wasn't really anything too broken, though, that I've been passing, so if you're not doing broken things, then really you need to have like interaction for your opponent's broken things. And so going blue with counters is a good way to do that. Let's take the Absent here. Again, not sure if we're running white yet, but Absent is a decent card to have. Okay, Terminus. Yeah, I mean, could very easily be building like a blue-white control deck, as we get Gideon on the wheel as well. Go ahead and take that. All right, we didn't wheel any of the cards that we wanted, but a fine first pack for sure. Ah, okay, there's a land tax too. All right, not bad. So no chalice and no top wheel, but beyond that, I'm not too concerned. We're just looking to pick up some more counter spells, be it Cryptic, Mana Drain, Force of Will, Force of Negation, Mystic Confluence. What else? Any of those kind of things would be good. What do we have here? We got ourselves Mox Diamond would be pretty good. Target for Trinket Mage. Click is pretty nice. Do love a good library. Winter Orb would be good if we picked up Urza. I think we'll just take the Mox Diamond here, though. I think this is the card that leads to the most broken potential, and it's already good with like Trinket Mage and Karn, so let's go ahead and take that. Time Twister. Could this be a Time Twister deck? Yeah, but I don't think we want it to be. Time Twister really goes into like the combo decks a lot better than anything else. I mean, I think we just want to take like the Torrential Gearhulk here, right? We already have Counterspell and Remand. So if we're doing the control-y route, then I think this is probably the right pick. It's also an artifact. Should we find some way to abuse that? Ooh, okay, so there's the Academy Ruins now. And what that means is, well, we want to find something like the Tellurian Academy with a bunch of artifacts, and then we can take like infinite turns with Mindslaver Academy. So let's go ahead and take that. We're passing Thirst for Knowledge, Sword of Body and Mind, and Kuldotha. And even though this is like, you could chance this wheeling, I think it's probably just safest to go ahead and take it here and make sure I get it. All right. Frost Titan's fine. There's also a Demonic Tutor in this pack. I mean, Demonic Tutor is by far and away the best card here. And it's splashable too, so I don't think I can really pass that. Easy pickup. And now we can probably take this Prismatic Vista, for example. Nothing really here anyways for me. Seems okay. There's a Spell Pierce. We're going to go ahead and take that over Toxic, I think. Toxic is a pretty good Wrath effect, though. Very cheap, very easy to cast. That might be slightly better than Pierce. Yeah. This is an effect that it's just too strong on its own, so I think I'm okay taking that. Wow, what a pack now. Soulfire Grandmaster with all these counterspells would be good. Fast Bond we can't really utilize. Seachrome Coast. Treasure Cruise. I mean, I have a very decent number of white cards in the sideboard. I wonder if it's better just to take the Soulfire Grandmaster now. My fixing is kind of abysmal, though, is the only problem. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take the Soulfire Grandmaster, though. If we get really lucky, we can get, like, Time Walk in the last pack, and then maybe just take infinite turns. But now it kind of looks like we're going towards the, like an Esper Control style of deck here. Which is fine if we can get the right pieces. Wow, late Wheel of Fortune. Baleful Strix and a Gonti. Man, all of those are really juicy. I think the Strix is probably the best choice here. That being said, Gonti is great. Now do I want to take the Winter Orb, though, is the question. It's interesting. I don't really have the fast mana to abuse it, though, so it feels like Winter Orb might actually not be great, but I guess it has the highest upside if we can pick up like Urza. So passing a Dismember here, passing like a Chupacabra, whatever. Let's take the Winter Orb and see if we can get there. As we do wheel Scarab God, okay. So it looks like the blue-black plan might be the best idea to go down here. But I will splash for like Swords and Soulfire Grandmaster if we can get the pieces that really want me to do so. I've never been huge on Sword of Body and Mind, but it is good with the Scarab God, so I guess that's a fine choice as we get some last few picks here that don't really matter. Maybe we run the Face Fetters. Nothing there for us. Nothing there. And maybe we run the Brawl. It's not good with like Counterspell, but it could be good with some of our other spells. This doesn't feel quite vintagey yet. Oh, man. Channel, yikes. Dak Faden, Chrome Mox, Crucible of Worlds, Watery Grave, Splinter Twin, Daze, Chart of Course. This pack is pretty damn stacked. I feel like Dak is just way too good in this format to pass. There are just so many good artifacts that people are playing, and it's a pretty easy splash here as well. Like right now I have Mox Diamond and Prismatic Vista. It's not going to be too hard to pick up a little bit more fixing for it. I would love to take the channel, and if this was pack 1 or maybe even pack 2 I would, but it's kind of too late to go down that plan. So let's take the Dak here and be sad that we're losing out on a Watery Grave, but I think Dak is too good to pass. Okay, another pretty good pack. I could take like the Spire Bluff Canal for some fixing for Dak. Could take the Jace. Could take the Force of Negation. I think here I like the Force more than anything else. Sad to pass it to Fairy, but I think the Force is just too good in this format. Plenty of broken things that your opponents are doing, and be able to cast it for free is just real nice. What do we have here? Nothing? We have no real use for Lion's Eye Diamond. I mean, I could take the Memory Jar, but this doesn't seem like a great Memory Jar deck. Feels like I'm passing a ton of broken cards, and I have no way to utilize them. I guess Memory Jar has potential with like Academy Ruins. But if your deck has a bunch of counters, Memory Jar gets a lot worse for sure. But I guess I just don't see myself playing any of these other cards. Alright, we'll take the jar. Oof, there's a Sneak Attack too. So had I taken like the Emrakul, we'd be able to take Sneak Attack here and potentially backdoor into that. We have some good choices though, like we have Blood Crypt and Steam Vents for fixing. We also have Solemn for fixing and ramp. Can't go wrong with any of these choices, I think. I don't have any dual, or rather fetches, so one of these is not like particularly better than the other. I guess this is double off or double splash color if I want to take Blood Crypt here. Part of me wants to just take the Solemn, but I guess I should probably take a land, and let's just take the blue land. Okay, there's a Delta now. That's not a bad pickup. Gets all 3 of our colors since we have Steam Vents. That's good. Blightsteel Colossus. Oh, there's a Tinker here too. Oh, man. Tinker and Blightsteel in the same pack is so gross. And I don't really have a Tinker deck. Like, I don't have the low artifacts that I want. God, if I had taken Sneak Attack, we'd also have Sneak Attack Blightsteel Colossus. That's so sick. I guess there's like a small chance I can wield the Sundering Titan. Let's take this, the Tinker and see if we can maybe get there. As we'll take the Golgari Signet now. It fixes for black, and it also is an artifact for Tinker, so that's good. Don't think we're playing anything here. Maybe Sideboard Languish. There goes a Splinter Twin. Can't play that, but we'll happily take the Daze. Lightning Greaves. Sholdred. I guess we'll just keep taking the artifacts. I don't know if this deck got there. It's like a weird control deck with not too many payoff cards. I don't know what I was supposed to be drafting, though. Oh, okay. This will work, actually, rather well. Tinker for Blight... Or, not Tinker for Blightsteel. Tinker for Bolas' Citadel is another pretty good play. So that's strong enough to take for sure. That kind of saved us on the Tinker front. Oh, I guess I can cut this Winter Orb. Winter Orb looking real bad in my deck. Yeah. Alright, so no Sneak Attack, no Through the Breach... Or rather, no Sneak Attack, no Blightsteel Colossus on the wheel, but I think this deck is okay. I will say this, though. Like, I don't expect to do better than 2-1 at best. It's got some good cards, but the game plan there might not be, as straightforward as we want. I'm still going to run the Academy Ruins. Yes, it requires a lot of mana to get there with Mindslaver, but we can always do it over the course of a couple turns. We want the Steam Vents, of course. Vista's fine. Delta's great. So realistically, I only need like one mountain for Prismatic Vista. And then, yeah, super heavy on the islands versus the swamps, because we're not planning on hardcasting the Citadel. We're hopefully planning on tinkering it out. So 8, 12, 13. Gives me a decent number of blue sources. All right. I think this deck is okay. It's got decent interaction, and that's, again, if you're not doing something broken, that's what you want in the Vitage Cube. So happy to submit this, and yeah, let's go to round 1. Okay, here we are for round 1 of this Vitage Cube draft with our weird Grixis control deck. Unfortunately, we have the Citadel in hand for this Tinker, and really, this is just way too expensive. I mean, we could still Tinker for Mindslaver, but this hand is way too slow for Vintage, so let's mulligan. And yeah, that's a much better looking 6. We'll keep this hand. Let's lose the Vista here, I guess. Is there a reason that I would want to have the fetch instead? What's the benefit? Like random deck thinning? That doesn't seem super relevant, so yeah, I guess we can put the Vista on the bottom. Play Steam Vents turn 1. Hold up Remand turn 2. We have Force of Negation if the opponent really does something busted. Suspend Search for Tomorrow. Alright, that's not that bad. It's a good Remand target if nothing else. Ooh, and there's a Tinker. Alright, so if we can find one of our cheap artifacts, Tinker into Bolas's Citadel would be real powerful. As they have a Simic Signet. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and Remand that and look for an artifact. Daze also a fine draw. I'm not going to force their Search for Tomorrow, which I could do here, obviously. I think I'd rather save it for something else. If they're running green, they might have like Natural Order or whatever. Wall of Roots. Okay, can't daze that. Ooh, Cradle. That's nice. Worn Power Stone. All right, well, we can definitely daze that since they used their Wall of Roots and tapped out. All right. Polluted Delta. So we'll just go land pass. I don't think we want a Toxic here, even though it would turn off their Cradle. I'd rather be able to hard cast this Force of Negation. They have access to, what, 6 mana right now? It's not too bad. I mean, obviously something like a Primeval Titan would be slightly annoying, but... Okay, Master of the Wild Hunt. That's whatever. So I'm probably just going to fire off the Toxic Deluge for 4 at this point. Dang, we did find the Lightning Greaves. But if we draw a land... if we draw a land, we can go Lightning Greaves and then Tinker the Greaves away for Citadel. As they just go land pass. Alright, so let's keep the fetch active. Spellseeker. What does Spellseeker go and get? Could just get Counterspell. Or whatever. But I think we're just going to run out the Greaves. And pass. Set ourselves up for tinkering our Citadel next turn. Uh-oh, this is a lot of mana. 7 mana. Avenger of Zendikar, and I cannot counter that. And with Cradle, they have a lot of mana. Oh, into Woodfall Primus. Wow, what a hit. And they get to eat my artifact too. Okay. Well, we might be dead even if we... Man. Even if we hit now. That had to be like their best possible draw. Avenger into allowing them to Cradle for 8. I mean, I guess I'm going to get Demonic Tutor here. Yikes. Pretty gross turn. Where's my days now? Uh-oh. Now what did they draw? Is this finale? Hopefully this is a finale and not... yeah, good. So we can force that, thankfully. Pitching our Scarab God. So I'm going to take 6 and fall down to 10. Which means my Citadel is much worse. Okay, we did find the land. So what we can do is we can Demonic Tutor for Mox Diamond here. Play the Mox Diamond, discard the land, fetch. Tinker away the Diamond for Citadel. And hope that we can do something off of this. Can't Mindslaver here. We would just die on board, so we have to shuffle. And we're dead. All right. We just needed like one more turn and we probably would have been fine, but the Avenger of Zendikar into Woodfall Primus was kind of a beating there. So this is probably a match where Languish would also be okay. Yeah, I probably can cut Baral instead. Go like that. Like I said, I mean, our deck's not super good or anything, so I'm not expecting some crazy good 3-0, but we do have some good cards, and there are some good draws. Just need to find an artifact or a land a little bit sooner, and I think we would have been okay. Alright, this hand is fine. Gonna hold up turn 2 counterspell. I'm probably gonna go ahead and tap out for Trinket Mage on turn 3 though. And just go get ourselves an artifact. As they have turn 1 suspend, search for tomorrow again, sure. Sword of Body and Mind. Maybe we just go Trinket Mage, equip Sword of Body and Mind and get them. Tree Speaker. Yeah, we'll go ahead and counter that. It's like a Soul Ring in a sense. And I'm tapping out the next few turns, I think, so I think this is okay to do. Let's go fetch a Swamp. Trinket Mage. Go get our one of Mox Diamond. We're not going to play it out just yet. Ooh, actually, is Mox Diamond my only hit for Trinket Mage? Oh, that might be a mistake running the Trinket Mage just for Mox Diamond then. I might have to go into sideboard and take out the Trinket Mage. Nice. All right, so we did find another land. We get to go land here, play out our Diamond, play out Sword, equip, mill them for 10, and make a 2/2. That's very good. It also fuels their graveyard, so for when I do go for the Scarab God, like we hit a Woodfall Primus, that's a good hit. Or a good reanimate target, rather. Golos, Tireless Pilgrim, okay. Get the Cradle, sure. Oh, well, that's a good draw. I was going to just control magic there, Golos, but Dak is 10 times better here. That's kind of funny. Steal their Dak, attack in for 6, make another 2/2, mill them for another 10. And then I think I'm going to move the sword over to the Golos. What else do we mill the Through the Breach, Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. So no channel or anything. As they have a Deranged Hermit. That's fine. They're actually dead on board unless they have another Eldrazi in their deck, because milling them for 10 will just kill them. 0 cards in hand. All right, I mean, they have to have an Eldrazi here. We'll find out if they do. They do! They have an Emrakul. All right, so shuffle everything back. So what does that mean then? I guess let's loot ourselves first, and then I'm going to control magic the Primeval Titan. Ooh, I do want to hold open Remand in case they top deck something. So let's discard Scarab God Island. Control magic the Primeval Titan and play Island. They're still dead next turn to the 5 damage of unblockable, and Remand should be exactly the thing we need. All right, nice. Got their game 2. So yeah, let's cut that stinky Trinket Mage, and perhaps I can also splash Bonfire versus them, since they do have a lot of mana, or not mana dorks, but a lot of small creatures. They had the Hermit, they had the Avenger, right? I don't think this card is like amazing, but I think it's going to be better than the Trinket Mage. So yeah, let's do it like that. Game 3 here, round 1. I think I would keep this hand if I didn't already have Citadel in it. It's obviously risky. I would need to hit a black source, but let's just go down to 6 here. Oh, man. These are not the kind of hands you want to see. This can't be a keep. Yeah, let's go to 5. And I guess we'll keep this, pitch Memory Jar and Lightning Greaves, I guess. Maybe sort of Body and Mind can get there again if they don't have a quick start. Oh, that is not what... Man, that is not the card we wanted to draw. Alright, they have another Wall of Roots. We don't want to pop the Vista yet until we see what we draw for next turn. I mean, if I don't draw a land next turn, I'll go ahead and just get a Swamp, but... Garrick, yes. And they're just going to make a Beast. Okay. So, I guess I'm going to go get Demonic Tutor with Spellseeker. And then we can go from there. Like, I might honestly just be tutoring for a land if I don't draw a land next turn. Pretty unfortunate, though. Ooh, they can play, like, Woodfall Primus here if they had the mana. Or rather, if they have the creature. Just a prime time. Okay, you know what? If they don't have too much else in their hand and I draw a land for control magic on Primeval Titan, maybe there's a small chance. Like, it's not great, but at least it's something. If I don't draw a land next turn, then it's just game over. Oh, brutal! Absolutely brutal! Yeah, so that's game over. We'll go ahead and Demonic Tutor for the hell of it, but don't think there's anything I can grab at this point. GG's. Let's try to win the next one. Okay, here's round 2 of this Vintage Cube. Won the die roll. And hey, we did it. Turn 2 Tinker, or sorry, turn 2 Greaves, turn 3 Tinker. Please, please don't draw the Bolas' Citadel. And I even have Daze as backup. The funny thing is, even if we do Tinker for Bolas' Citadel, it's not like our deck is doing anything super busted. Like, yeah, we might hit a Scarab God or something, but odds are it's going to be kind of lackluster. Okay. Turn 1's Plains Chrome Mox, imprinting what? If they play like Thalia here, I'll have to count. Wow, I was not expecting Elder Garganoth. And just pass? Okay. I guess that is surprising. All right. Hopefully I don't have to daze something this turn. Mystic, no, I can't even daze that anyways. So they must have just drawn the Mystic this turn. So the only thing that really gets me here besides Disenchant is like Mana Tithe. But I mean, I'm not going to play around that. We're just definitely tinkering and jamming for Citadel. Hoping this resolves. Nice. Let's get the Citadel. Great. We cast a Baleful Strix. Unfortunately, I don't get to cast the Trinket Mage for free. We're going to draw it. And I've already played my... Wow. I already played my land for the turn, so... Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to pay 5. Okay. There you go. 19 mana worth of cards on turn 3. Although I have put myself to 7 life. 5 mana from the opponent. Could be like a Plow Under. It is indeed a Plow Under. And we'll go ahead and counter that with the Daze, because they tapped out. Alright, so we'll draw the island. Oh, man, do I want to pay 4? I guess I do. Let's pay 4 and play the Karn. Play the land off the top. And I guess we're just going to start making some artifact creatures here. And let's go grab Counterspell with Spellseeker. It's going to shuffle our way, our Sword of Body and Mind, but I think that's okay. Well, we could Demonic Tutor here if we wanted to, but I don't think I want to... Oh, they just conceded. Even better. All right. Like I said, our deck is doing some pretty lackluster things here. I mean, normally when you go get a Bolas's Citadel, you know, your deck really wants it, but I guess the funny thing is we hit our 6, our 5, and our 4. And we don't have too many expensive spells. Oh, I forgot to cut the Trinket Mage in sideboarding. Whoops. Cut the Trinket Mage, bring in the Languish, and submit it. But hey, we won a game 1, and that's good. On the draw here with this hand, game 2... Oh man, this is super weak, but I'm going to keep it. I'm keeping a 6-land Daze hand, basically. Don't try this at home. Uh-oh. Turn 1 Mox land, go. Okay. Mindslaver, that's not exactly what I wanted to draw. Let's go with Island, Mox... Pitch the Swamp if it resolves. Maybe they're going to counter my Mox Diamond. Nope, looks like they're just fetching. And we'll pitch the Swamp. And say, your go. Don't worry, folks. I'm only 11 mana away from going infinite with Mindslaver and Academy Ruins. It's perfect. Spear of Heliod. I don't even think I'm going to bother countering that. That card really doesn't do it much. I guess the best draw right now would be like Dak, steal the Mox. Oh, Spellseeker's not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and get a black source here. I could hold the fetch for like Bolas's Citadel, but I think this is fine. Swamp, Spellseeker. And I think we want to get Demonic Tutor and then Demonic Tutor for Tinker. And then hopefully we can go off with Bolas's Citadel again. Simic Signet is good, yes. Signet, no land, pass. Really confused about their Spear of Heliod in their deck. No! We drew it. Alright, well, I guess I can always hard cast the Citadel, so let's go ahead and Demonic Tutor. We would need another black source. I don't know how much more fast. I think I have a Golgari Signet in the deck, right? Golgari Signet would allow me to cast the Citadel next turn. Ooh, are they thinking about countering this? Nope, okay. Yeah, I do have a Golgari Signet. Alright, that's fine. Tutor for the Signet, play the Signet, go for the Citadel next turn, hopefully. Suppose we might as well attack for 1. These are some thrilling Vintage Cube plays here. And by that I mean not really. Hopefully I don't need to daze anything this turn. Wow, they just pass? Huh. Wonder if they have a counter in their hand. They could. I'm still going to go for it. Oh, that is not the card I meant to cast. Oh god, what am I doing? I meant to cast Citadel, but I just cast the Mindslaver. We don't want to attack here because they have free mana to just go ahead and blow up my Spellseeker. I guess if nothing else, this is disenchant bait. What is this? End of turn Avacyn. Alright, well I don't think our daze is going to get much better than that, so let's fire that off. The awkward thing about doing this is that now, if I do Citadel next turn, I'm once again going to have to play a land first, which means I cannot play a land from the top of my library, if there's one on top. Okay. Well, now I guess I'm kind of glad I led with Mindslaver, as the Elspeth Conquers Death will exile my Slaver instead of my Citadel. So, silver lining there. And we need to play this now before the Conqueror's Death trigger happens. Hopefully there's just not a land on top, which there is. Alright, we'll attack for 1. And pass the turn. Thrilling vintage gameplay. So next turn they will get their Avacyn back. That's not a huge deal, I guess. Hopefully they just don't have another way to deal with Citadel. Harmonize. Okay, that's fine. Oh, you know what? The Elspeth Conqueror's Death exiled my Mindslaver, so I don't... Oh, and they did have a disenchant! Oh, no. Well, that's terrible for us. Oh, we are ruined. I can put the Citadel back on top with Academy Ruins, though, so I guess there's that. So let's play out Brawl. And I guess I can go ahead and play out my land. The thing is, with Brawl, I do get to loot, but the Remand also draws me a card, so that's not that bad. Because the thing is, we want to hold open Remand plus being able to return the Citadel to the top of my library. Kaya. Ooh, Kaya can exile my Citadel? Oh, I guess if they target the Citadel, I can just return it to the top. So she's not that problematic. Yeah, I guess we just let it resolve. Oh, you know what? I just realized, because of the Signet, I actually cannot hold up Remand if I put the Citadel back on top of my library, which I'm going to do. Ooh. And there was no way around that either because I had to pay blue for Baral. Oh, that's interesting. Well, hopefully they don't do anything spicy with 3 mana here. Okay, good. So black, black, black. Citadel. Land is good. We can shuffle away that other land now. Oh wait, Brawl made everything cost 1. Never mind, I'm stupid. I could have still had Brawl open, or the Remand open. Crazy me. Let's get another island here. Wow! Boo! And then we brick. Too many lands on top. And every time they hit me with Avacyn, I mean, it's pretty bad, right? 6 less life to work with. All right, don't hurt me. Eternal Witness, and they can get back like Disenchant, so we do need to remand the Ewit since they don't have double green after I remand. Oh, this is interesting. Do I want to draw the Gear Hulk? Because I could leave it on top and then flash it in, but I guess we do want to loot more land on top after the fact. I guess they eat my Demonic Tutor and my Remand with a Kaya. Oh, no, they're going to eat my Mox Diamond. Okay, that makes sense too. Got it. So what am I hoping to draw? I don't have too much else to win with. I guess Scarab God? That doesn't even seem very good here. Their Avacyn is just bigger than everything I do. Another land on top. Yikes. So if I play Karn, I just die to Avacyn. But I mean, realistically, what else am I doing? I guess I'm just going to cast it and hope to find something. Okay. Reveal Counterspell and something else, whatever underneath. Toxic. Well, I can't even Toxic for 6. And then there's a land on top. All right. We die. Go to the next game. This deck is so bad. What have I done? If I just stuck with blue-white, we probably would have a fine deck. I don't know what I got tricked by. Maybe it was the Demonic Tutor that tricked me. I don't know. All right. On to game 3. We're on the play this time, so... 2 6-drops and Toxic Deluge. Nope. Let's go to 6. There we go. Okay. Dak and Daze are quite good. Hopefully we can do something with these. I'm going to go ahead and just pitch the Academy runes since we're going to be so far away from being able to do that. Let's go ahead and play the Steam Vents to lead. And hopefully turn 2 DAC is good enough. Or turn 3 DAC is good enough. Why do I always draw that? Who put this in the deck? Why couldn't I just have that Blightsteel Colossus to tinker for? We might have actually won some games with that. Alright, play an artifact. That's not an artifact. Play an artifact for me to steal. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. Alright, let's jam the DAC. Start looting. Toxic. I guess, maybe holding on to the days is too cute. I mean, with Mox Diamond, we do get to cast Citadel a little bit earlier. This is interesting. I think we're going to lose the Delta. Or I guess Vista's better than Delta. Lose the Delta and maybe the Diamond. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to keep the Toxic and the Days. Tree Speaker. Well, now I'm really glad I kept the Toxic. We'll go ahead and just fire off the Toxic for 2 next turn if they just level up their Tree Speaker. Signet. That's fine. Wow, we get to steal their Signet then. That's very good. So maybe they attack DAC for 1. Nice. Alright, so I get to steal their Signet, kill both their creatures, and then still have Days open. That's very good. I'm actually going to have hardcast Days open because their Signet's going to be untapped. Because they have no way to tap it in response. Alright. Toxic for 1. Yeah, and next turn we actually get to Citadel. We're looking in really good position here. Alright, no whammies, OP. Or if you do have a whammy, let it be something I can daze. Chrome Mox. Oh man, hopefully they go for Elspeth Conquers Death now. Come on, do it. Exile a white card and then go for Elspeth Conquers Death. Nice, there goes the Elspeth Sun's Champion. Do it. Elspeth Conquers Death. Do it! Plow under. Good enough. Good enough. Hot damn, that was great. We might actually win a match. Come on, Citadel. So we want to play the land. Get a swamp with Prismatic. Tap, 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 tap. Citadel. And then if there's a land on top, we can filter it with DAC. If there's not, we can just cast stuff. Spell Seeker. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go get our... I guess just Counterspell here is what we want to grab. And then Academy... Oh, wait. I can loot with DAC. That's right. Loot with DAC. Get through the Academy Ruins. Boo, there's another land on top. Discard the jar, and I guess we're discarding the Academy Ruins at this point. Which means I'm not going to be able to do any shenanigans with Mindslaver, but oh well. So this is an important turn. This is a turn where they need to do something. Hey, and they do have the Conqueror's Death. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, they don't really have much in their graveyard to recur. Now remember, I'm not going to be able to hold up Counterspell because of the Elspeth Conqueror's Death. There's temptation here to just steal the Chrome Mox. But I guess I want to keep digging for now. And then steal it next turn, which means we get to keep the DAC. Alrighty then. Very easy. Play out the Scarab God. Attack for 1. And your turn, opponent. So we can steal both of their creatures in their graveyard before they get to return them, potentially. They drew Teferi. Holy crap. I mean, I guess if they just tuck my Scarab God, that doesn't really accomplish much. Oh, sure it does, because I can't kill... If I kill the Teferi, they instead get to... Oh, that is bad. Yeah. If I kill the Teferi here, they just get it back with Elspeth Conquers. Shoot. Now remember, I couldn't counter that because my counterspell cost 4. So now the question is, how do I play this turn? I guess we just redraw our Scarab God and cast it, because now this turn will hold open Counterspell. Sort of Body and Mind's also pretty decent, but this has got to be better. And yeah, we just attack for 1 here. But we attack them because, again, killing the Teferi means they get it back with the Conquers. So they can go ahead and get back one of their mana dorks, the Mystic or the Tree Speaker, but that's not a huge deal. And we save our counterspell for only the most relevant of cards. I don't know if that's relevant enough, but I guess it frees up my mana and we might as well do it. Yeah, they get to go ahead and draw. So I'm going to go ahead and upkeep, eat their Tree Speaker. That'll give me a Scry, and it'll deal 1 damage to them. Demonic Tutor, that seems like a good card to keep, so we'll draw that. Let's go ahead and attack both at Teferi. If they want to keep Teferi alive, they need to chump the Scarab God this turn. Alright, looks like they're just going to let the Teferi die. That's good for us. We'll go ahead and steal their Chrome Mox. Take them off double white again. And they scooped. All right, we won a match. Yay! Let's see if we can salvage a 2-1 by finishing off the last round. Okay, here we are for the third and final round of this Vintage Cube draft with our Grixis Jank. Ooh, this hand has real potential. This hand has turn 1 Baleful Strix, hopefully turn 2 Dak. I need to find a land in one of the next 2 draw steps because we play Steam Vents, Mox Diamond, Pitch the Mountain. Strix, yeah. Come on, baby. This hand looks like our deck is actually good. Don't be tricked. Don't be fooled by what you see. Nice. All right, so we do have a turn 2 Dak. And we're on the play, which means, man, hopefully if they go like turn 1 Soul Ring, we get to eat that up and steal it. Just turn 1 Island Pass. All right. So a lot of the times I think it's good to like sandbag the Dak in this format and wait till your opponent plays an artifact, but we really want to hit our lands here, so I'm going to pitch the Jar, and I'm going to pitch, I think... Might be okay to pitch the Toxic here, since I have Control Magic, and I'm on priority, and we have the Daze in hand. Next turn, if we get to jam the Karn, that might just be game over. Just start making constructs with the Strix and the Diamond. They're going to be at least moderately sized to start. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Okay, we'll go ahead and daze that. It's going to make all my cards cost 1 more anyways, so we might as well counter it before we can't do anything. Let's go ahead and double loot again. Let's pitch the Greaves and a land here. Play out one of our lands. Attack for 1, hold up Force of Negation for if they have like a Planeswalker this turn. And we do need to find a land, but we have 3 draw steps at it next turn, so I think that's okay. Stonecoil Serpent for 3. Okay, and that does have protection from multicolored, so I can't actually steal it with the Dak. Let's go ahead and loot. Let's discard, what, Sword and land here. Play the Karn, make a 3/3. It's a little bit awkward discarding the Sword, but I want to hold up Force of Negation. And that has reach, so I can't attack. Stonecoil Serpent is oddly great. Reach, trample, protection from multicolored, like... It does some surprising work. Good news is we can control magic it next turn if we want to. Although if they offer the trade, I will just block with my construct. I mean, in theory, they probably should, because I can just make my construct bigger than their Serpent next turn. Spectral Procession. Is that worth countering? I think not. I think we'd rather just control magic their Stonecoil Serpent, which would hold off the spirits anyways. So let's start off with a loot. Great, we did find another blue card, so let's just discard both of our lands. Let's control magic the Serpent. And yeah, I think we can go ahead and let Karn die. Let's make another token. They can send all 3 of their spirits at Karn next turn to kill it. But I'm okay with that, because we're just going to be left with multiple 5/5s, as well as the Stonecoil. We don't actually want to trade off our Strix, because it makes our constructs smaller. Our Karn structs smaller, if you will. And opponent's seen enough. Nice. Game 1 there. That's impressive for our deck. Notably during, between rounds, I did take out the Trinket Mage and remembered to put in Languish, so we did have Languish for game 1 as well. Don't think we need Bonfire. I think Languish is good enough. Let's go to game 2. All right, here we are for game 2 of the third and final round. On the draw, our hand is kind of medium, but then again, so is our deck, so I don't think we can mulligan this one. Turn 2 Lightning Greaves. Turn 3 Dak, potentially pitching something, or rather pitching Force with Dak if they do something too scary. Remand, not the worst draw. Okay, we're going to hold on to the Vista. I mean, we might need to go get red with it, but if I draw a mountain in the next 2 turns, then we'd rather hold that and grab a swamp, for example. We'll see if they just level up their Figure of Destiny here. They do not. All right, so they got something else to play. No whammies, please. Kite Sail Freebooter. All right. What are they going to take here? That's the question. They could take Remand if they have something. Yep. Maybe if they have something that they want to cast next turn. None of my cards really did anything, though, so... Hey, all right. We'll go ahead and go get a black source now instead of red. And I can either go get, like, Toxic here, or I could go get Tinker and try to get greedy. But I think Toxic is probably the best choice. Ideally, they just cast, like, Spectral Procession this turn instead of leveling up their Figure of Destiny. And then we just get to wipe their board, and that might kill them. They're going to level up once. Okay. We'll see if they level up again or not. Just cast a creature. That's all we want. Cast a creature. Any creature here. Tithe Taker. All right. Well, not any creature. Maybe like Thalia would have hurt, but we let that resolve. Go ahead and Toxic for 2. They're left with a 1/1, but beyond that, they don't really have much going on. What do you got? Yep, I'm going to have to counter that, and we'll just pitch the Dak here, since we don't have red anyways. Languish, not a bad draw. Play at our Greaves, hold up Remand. I mean, our deck doesn't do much, so if they just draw like creature into creature, we're going to have a problem, but for now it feels like at least we have a little bit of time. Yep, Remand that for sure. And no land for them, good. Okay, well that's not bad. We get to go Signet into our Sword. They play Thalia next turn, and then I get to Languish, since now I have double black, and I can pay for the Thalia tax, so that's nice. Oh, they drew a Brimaz. That's pretty damn scary. If I want to get super greedy, I can play Jar this turn and then Languish next turn. I would be taking 5, though. Alright, I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to play Memory Jar this turn, and then I'm going to Languish next turn when they play their Thalia. Though I guess it's possible that they don't even run out their Thalia. Okay. Legion's Landing into Thalia. The Legion's Landing is not going to transform because the Brimaz token enters as an attacker, and so it won't trigger it. I wouldn't be surprised if they just pass, though, without running out Thalia. Hoo-hoo, but they do. All right. Well, that's great for us. Get to board wipe, land, and then set up for a Memory Jar next turn. And they just concede! Where'd it go? Yeah, here we are. Previous deck. So, not the most exciting deck, but we managed to pull off a 2-in-1, which was good enough. Nothing super busted, but some fun cards overall. Like our Citadel never really did much, but it was still a fun time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out all of my other content here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel, and we'll see you guys next time.